Out here, on the edge of the Atlantic, life has never been easy. The Outer Banks, a thin, shifting ribbon of sand, isolated, exposed, and shaped by wind and water, forever exposed to the Atlantic's power. For centuries, people have lived here, stubbornly holding on, where the ocean gives and the ocean takes. These islands were built on shipwrecks and survival. Generations of fishermen, lighthouse keepers, and families learning to live between the storms and the shifting shores. I grew up here on the Outer Banks, back in the 70s, when this place still felt wild and untamed. Back then, the world felt smaller, simpler. Names like Beasley, Midget, Whitehurst, Baum, Twyford, Etheridge, and Nunamaker were common, intertwined, and carried a long, proud history. Fishing villages lined the Sound, ferries were lifelines, and on quiet nights you could hear nothing but the wind and the waves. Decades later, I've come back to see what's changed and what hasn't, to revisit the places I grew up as a kid, and explore how development has reshaped the towns, the people, and the culture that makes the Outer Banks unlike anywhere else. This is a journey of reflection, nostalgia, and rediscovery. Hi, I'm Duncan. I travel, write, and tell the stories of my experiences. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Adventures with Duncan. As they say, all good things must come to an end. So I'm at the end of my trip exploring the Outer Banks of North Carolina. I've really had a great time, and I wanted to let you know that I'll be producing probably 4 episodes focusing on different parts of the Outer Banks, and I wanted to just give you a quick overview about that. I really had a great time. To start off with, I'll be visiting Colington Island, which is a small island that is located west of Kill Devil Hills on the Outer Banks, and it's located on the Albemarle Sound side. It's a place that I grew up 50 plus years ago, and I had a chance to get back there and to explore that a little bit and to see how development has progressed. I'll also visit in Colington a fish house that I used to work at. It's no longer in business, but the remnants of the building are still there, and we'll explore that, and I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this fantastic fish house and how commercial fishing has evolved and developed over the past years. Next, we'll visit the little town of Manteo, North Carolina. Some of you may have heard of a famous play that's called The Lost Colony. It's played in an outdoor theater in Manteo, and it's where Andy Griffith got his start, but we'll be visiting the quaint little town of Manteo. We'll also take a spin through a little fishing town called Wanchese, North Carolina. I remember it as a small fishing town. It's currently developed as a major boat building hub and also big commercial marina there operated by Safe Harbor Marina. Then we'll head south on Highway 12, working our way down to take the ferry over to Ocracoke Island. And Ocracoke Island will be the main focus of this video series on the Outer Banks, exploring. We'll visit the British Cemetery, which has a very unique history behind it dating back to World War II. We'll also visit the Ocracoke Lighthouse. We'll take a trip out on the beach down to the southeast point of Ocracoke Island to get out on the beach and drive around and take a look at that, and a few other things that I think you'll be interested in. After that, we'll take the ferry from Ocracoke over to Cedar Island. I run into some pretty interesting things there, and then we'll eventually make our way to Morehead City, North Carolina, not part of the Outer Banks directly, but closely accessible and a really unique town that has a lot of special history with the graveyard of the Atlantic. That's all the shipwrecks that are out in the Atlantic here. during World War II. Some very interesting history there, and even a German U-boat. So that's about it. Then we made our way to Myrtle Beach, and then I'm making the final trek home. So I think you're going to like this series. I'd love to hear if you visited the Outer Banks over the years and what some of your recollections are, and if you visited recently, how you see the development happening there. It's changed tremendously in the past years since I first grew up there. So that's what's coming up. I just wanted to give you a brief introduction and let you know that these videos are going to be dropping over the next weeks, and the first video in the series will be about beautiful Colington Island. I'd love to hear your comments, any questions you might have, and I look forward to sharing these videos with you very shortly. On this trip, I explored some of my favorite spots, from quiet corners like Colington Island and Manteo to the towering dunes of Nag's Head and the wild, open beaches of Hatteras Island. I made my way down to Ocracoke, where pirates once roamed, and wrapped up in Moorhead City, where the salt air still carries the spirit of old fishing towns. I've put together a Google My Map with all of the highlights, hidden gems, and must-see spots from this journey. Whether you're planning your own Outer Banks adventure or just love seeing where the road leads, this map is a great place to start. I'll be sharing that map with links in my first episode on Colington Island. So that's it. Have a good day. As always, if you're enjoying these videos that I'm bringing you, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. The majority of you that are watching are not subscribers, and it helps my small channel grow more than you might realize. Thanks again. Take care.